The Whispering Doll. In the quaint town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering pines, stood an antique shop named the Past's Embrace. Its shelves were laden with relics of bygone eras, each piece whispering tales of forgotten times. Among the shop's treasures was a porcelain doll, its delicate face painted in a porcelain white, its glassy blue eyes seeming to hold a depth of unspoken wisdom. The doll, named Seraphina, was a rare find, a relic of Victorian England. Her ivory skin was smooth and cool to the touch, her gown a confection of lace and silk. Her eyes, pools of sapphire, seemed to follow one's every move, their gaze both haunting and mesmerizing. One gloomy afternoon, a young woman named Emily wandered into the Past's Embrace. Drawn by an inexplicable force, she found herself standing before Seraphina, her heart pounding in her chest. There was something about the doll, an aura of mystery and enchantment that pulled Emily closer. Hesitantly, Emily reached out and touched Seraphina's porcelain cheek. The doll's skin felt cold beneath her fingertips, sending a shiver down Emily's spine. As she cradled the doll in her arms, a whisper brushed against her ear, a soft, melodious voice that seemed to emanate from within the doll itself. Emily's eyes widened in disbelief. The doll was speaking to her, its voice a gentle caress that sent shivers down her spine. Seraphina spoke of forgotten memories, of love and loss, of joy and sorrow. Her words were like a spell, weaving a web of enchantment around Emily's heart. Over the following weeks, Emily became inseparable from Seraphina. She would spend hours in the antique shop, listening to the doll's stories, her heart captivated by the doll's enigmatic presence. But as their bond deepened, a subtle change began to take hold of Emily. Her once vibrant personality began to fade, her eyes losing their sparkle, her smile replaced by a haunting melancholy. She became increasingly withdrawn, spending more and more time alone with Seraphina, her only companion. One day, Emily's friends and family noticed her strange behavior. They tried to intervene, to pull her away from Seraphina's influence, but their efforts were in vain. Emily seemed lost in a world of her own, her mind ensnared by the doll's whispers. As Emily's health began to deteriorate, her friends and family grew desperate. They pleaded with her to stop listening to the doll, to break free from its spell, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. Emily was utterly under Seraphina's control. One night, Emily's friends and family decided to take action. They stormed into the Past's Embrace, determined to confront Seraphina and break its hold over Emily. But as they entered the shop, they found Emily standing before the doll, her eyes closed, her lips moving in silent prayer. As they watched in horror, the doll's porcelain face began to crack, its sapphire eyes glowing with an eerie light. A chilling whisper filled the room, a voice that echoed through Emily's mind, "Come with me, my child. Let us be together forever." Before their eyes, Emily's body began to tremble, her skin turning as pale as the doll's porcelain face. A gasp escaped her lips as her body slumped to the floor, lifeless. Seraphina's eyes dimmed, its whisper fading into silence. In the grip of obsession. The quaint town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering pines, held a hidden secret, a sinister tale woven into the very fabric of its existence. Within the antique shop The Past's Embrace, a morbid curiosity lurked, a porcelain doll named Seraphina, whose haunting beauty masked a malevolent spirit. Seraphina's origins were shrouded in mystery, her history lost to the annals of time. But her presence in the shop was no coincidence, she had been placed there, a pawn in an insidious game, a trap for the unsuspecting soul. Emily, a young woman with a heart filled with empathy and a thirst for knowledge, wandered into the Past's Embrace, drawn by an irresistible allure. As she approached Seraphina, her eyes locked with the doll's, and an inexplicable force drew her closer. Emily's touch sent a shiver down her spine, the porcelain skin cold and lifeless beneath her fingertips. But as she cradled Seraphina in her arms, a soft, melodious whisper caressed her ear. The doll's voice was a hypnotic melody, weaving its way into Emily's consciousness, luring her into a web of enchantment. Over the following weeks, Emily became consumed by Seraphina, spending countless hours in the antique shop, their bond growing stronger with each passing moment. The doll's whispers filled her mind, tales of forgotten love, lost innocence, and eternal sorrow. Seraphina's words were like poison, slowly seeping into Emily's soul, poisoning her spirit and distorting her reality. Emily's once vibrant personality began to fade, replaced by a melancholic aura. Her laughter turned into a hollow echo, her once bright eyes dimming, reflecting the darkness within her soul. She grew increasingly withdrawn, her world shrinking to the confines of the antique shop, where Seraphina reigned supreme. Emily's friends and family watched in growing concern as she drifted further and further from reality. They tried to intervene, to break the spell that held her captive, but their efforts were met with resistance. Emily's devotion to Serafina was unwavering, her bond with the doll unbreakable. As Emily's health deteriorated, the whispers grew louder, more insistent, urging her to embrace the darkness, to surrender to the doll's dominion. Her friends and family pleaded with her, their voices lost in the cacophony of Serafina's hypnotic spell. Desperate to save Emily from this insidious influence, they decided to confront Serafina, to shatter the spell that bound her. They stormed into the past's embrace, only to find Emily standing before Serafina, her eyes closed, her lips moving in silent prayer. As they watched in horror, Serafina's porcelain face began to crack, revealing a grotesque, demonic visage. Its sapphire eyes glowed with an eerie light, piercing the room with an intensity that sent shivers down their spines. A chilling whisper filled the air, a voice that echoed through their minds, "Come to me, my child. Embrace your destiny." Before their eyes, Emily's body began to contort, her eyes rolling back into her head. Her skin turned ashen, matching the pallor of Serafina's cracked porcelain face. A final gasp escaped her lips as her body collapsed, lifeless. Serafina's eyes dimmed, its whisper fading into silence, leaving behind an eerie emptiness in its wake. The remaining witnesses fled in terror, their hearts pounding, their minds reeling from the horrifying spectacle they had witnessed. The town of Willow Creek was left to grapple with the chilling truth, the tale of Serafina, the doll that preyed on the innocent, leaving behind a trail of despair and a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within the depths of the human soul. Thanks for watching. Until next time.